Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video I am happy to announce that the 26.5 update has been confirmed to be coming into public beta later on this week. It was a post on the Discord made by TWD and it says, when does 26.5 release? 26.5 is currently scheduled to go into public beta later this week. Please keep an eye on the blog for more information on when it becomes available. Now I thought it would be a good idea to go over each part of the update and just talk about things that you should probably take into consideration. So we'll go through, and the first thing is going to be the town expansion. The town expansion says we are adding access to 12 more spaces, including the ability to add a 3rd armory and 5th training ground. The level cap on many buildings will be increased to level 30. With these updates, food and material generation and storage can be significantly increased, as can survivor storage. Now if I fully zoom out on my town, you can see the area that has always been unavailable to upgrade will now become available. As you can see, there are 6 buildings. These buildings each have a secondary patch next to them that you can upgrade into a farm, material outpost, training ground. So with there being 6 buildings and 6 plots adjacent to them that will be upgraded, that is the 12 slots that they said will be expanded into. So it should be the entire town becoming available finally 5 years later. Now you can see that there's certain buildings that can only be swapped with certain other buildings. As you can see, I can't swap this workshop with the farms. I can only swap it with houses and with not training grounds, but storage, basically. But basically the things that look more like bigger buildings, I can swap it with. That's what those 6 buildings are going to be able to turn into. It is also worth noting, because we're going to get another armory, you can instantly upgrade a house, convert it into an armory once we can get a 3rd armory. You don't have to upgrade an armory from scratch. It does take a lot more materials and a lot more time to upgrade an armory from level 1 to level 20 than it does a house. So I would recommend converting one of your current houses into an armory, then leveling up extra houses instead. The same can be said for the extra training grounds. If we go into training grounds, you can see you probably only need the first 4 or 5 training, maybe up to 10. So you don't have to level up your training grounds that much on the extra ones. You know, they're not going to be the priority anyway. You can maybe level them up later on. I think the things that should be priorities should be pretty obvious, should be material storage, food storage, and houses. This will just increase the cap at which you can hold food, materials, and survivors. Those are the things you should probably level up first, just to give yourself more bank effectively. It is worth noting that some buildings will cost a lot of materials to update once it gets to level 21 plus, because it is going to expand some buildings up to level 30, and this would probably include your town hall. This does mean to get the extra materials, you'd either have to open bags with materials in to force the cap over what you currently have, or expand your material storage so you can hold more materials to actually upgrade the building in the first place. In the meantime, I definitely would store what materials you have, just so that when the update drops, you have as many, bits of pieces that you can sell for materials and get those extra resources to upgrade your buildings. Do note that when you sell these items, it doesn't push you over the maximum cap. Only bags that give you materials and food do. So that would be the crate like this one from the battle pass. Now there is also going to be a level cap increase, where the player level cap will increase from 200 to 300 with increased rewards along the way. There are now exclusive avatars at levels 250 and 300, as well as 5-star weapon parts and increased coin rewards and more. When it was level 150 to 200, we did get coins every other level, so the expectation here would be 50 levels of those 200 to 300 would give us coins. It does say there would be an increased amount as well, so potentially more coins coming to you. I would definitely save your coins to do big pulls if you're going to go for pulls rather than doing single pulls. These coins are going to come thick and fast as you level up. There is also going to be a supply depot update of lots of additions, but a main addition that a lot of people have their eyes on is the addition of S-class cards. Now if you go into your inventory and click the sell button, and then go to the top right and search for 3-star or 4-star weapons, you can get items that will give you supply depot points if you sell them. For instance, if we just look at 3-star items, I do not need any of these, and I can long press on one that I don't like and it will select all the other ones that I have, And as you can see, it's going to give me 2,000 supply depot tokens. I'll just sell these 3-star weapons. It's confirming all of them are going to be Governor's Revolver. I'm going to sell, and I can do the same with Sandy's Magnum. Sell, yes, we'll sell. And I can do the same with the camo pistol, and so on and so forth. This is an easy way to get your hands on some supply depot tokens in the run-up to the update to the supply depot. With S-Class cards being in there, it is definitely worth trying to get as many supply depot tokens as possible. Now, another way to get some more supply depot tokens is to go into your roster, click the sell button here, and then unfortunately you have to scroll towards the characters that will get you supply depot tokens. 1-stars do not, and surprising enough, you still do get 1-stars randomly, so do check your roster for 1-stars you don't want. Lock any that you do want to keep, for instance, avatars from events, and you can sell the other ones just for a bit of food if you want to have a little bit more roster space. 2-stars also do not give you supply depot tokens, they only give you food. We have to scroll a very long way to the 3-star characters. As you can see, gives you 130 supply depot tokens if you want to sell your 3-star characters, and the 4-star characters you can sell for 390 supply depot tokens if you want to sell your 4-star characters. Do remember you can convert these characters into trainers, so it's up to you what you really think is the most important. If you've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of basic tokens, you can just open basic tokens. You're guaranteed to get 3-star and above on everything there. If we go into my basic tokens, I should have a few, and the fact we can open 100 at a time, I can just open 100, and you see everything that comes out of here is 3-star or above. Every one of these characters and weapons I can sell for supply depot tokens if I so wish. The same can also be said for helper rewards. If you open helper rewards, you're always going to be able to get 3-star or above weapons or characters, again, that you can sell for supply depot tokens. Next up, we have the survival markers, and there is the addition of S-Class cards here. The issue we have with survival markers is the only way to get them is from tournaments or if you run the daily SR. There's not really a big influx of SR markers. I mean, I think you get them from a daily reward as well, maybe 4,000 to 10,000 on a daily reward. So it might be worth obviously hitting that daily rewards in the missions. But basically, you're going to have stocked up what you've already achieved. You can't really just instantly get 250,000 like with a click of your fingers like you can with the supply depot markers. So it is going to be a little bit harder here, but if you did go in on Roadathon in the past and you're going in on the current Turkey Road events, you should have quite a lot of survival markers stocked up. Personally, I only ever buy the platinum mods when they're on sale just because I want to try and save a little bit, otherwise I'll just go through these markers real quick. I don't always buy the Ascendance Medals one either, I buy it when it's on sale again just because I have pretty reasonable stock. And pretty much everything else in here is not worth getting. I sometimes get the mystery mod box when it's on sale, but this depot definitely needed an update. Now the 5-star wheel is also being updated, of course, and this is pretty much the same situation that we have with the survival markers depot, where you can't just with the click of your fingers get a lot of 5-star tokens. You kind of had to be saving them over time. This for me was a couple of months of saving where I was still doing 10 pulls at my end of month pulls. If you watch my end of month pulls, you know I was doing a 10 pull and just saying I'm saving because I kind of felt that there was something coming. I think I did that for 2 months, 3 months, and we've got 30 odd pulls right now. I've got this in both of my regions. Hopefully some of you have got a lot more. I know I've seen some people with over 1 million tokens saved up. They're definitely ready. Best of luck with all your pulls on the 5-star wheel, as there are going to be 5-star ascendables of S-Class characters on this wheel. If you want to check out all the details of the characters that are going to feature in S-Class recruit boxes and the wheels, there should be a pop-up above giving you a big rundown of the actual update itself. This video is more about preparation. Now, Prestige is a much harder wheel to get the tokens of. As you can see, I barely got 8 pulls. I might get 8 pulls before the actual update fully goes live, but the odds in here have been increased, I believe, to 20% ascendable rate, so that isn't too bad. That means obviously 1 in 5 on average you're going to be able to get an ascendable, whereas currently it's 7%, which is awful considering how hard it is to get prestige recruit rewards. So this update was very, very important for me. And the final update is the elite character wheel. So kind of the same again with the 5-star wheel. You had to be saving these. You do get elite character tokens on a daily basis in your missions, so you definitely can get a hold of these, but it's just going to increase the characters you're going to get. You can basically look at this as a way to get supply depot tokens potentially. They're still going to only drop 4 stars, 5 stars and 5-star ascendables, but the rates are going to be increased. Now, one more bit of information before I end the video, that we are going to be getting some more material posts, so we might be able to get some more scavenger camps. You might be able to convert those material posts into scavenger camps. They haven't said that we can get more scavenger camps, but they didn't ever say that it was only limited to 4, because all of my material posts are scavenge camps. We might not be limited on scavenger camps like we are on armories, for instance. We'll have to wait and see. Potentially, if we're not, I would generally get another 1 or 2 scavenger camps and maybe have 1 material post, so I've got a little bit of materials being generated. But I do like scavenger camps myself personally. I do sometimes get a bit overwhelmed in missions in some regions, especially with the long ones, the ones that last like a day and a half, or as this mission shows, 2 days. I do like just doing them just to get the prestige tokens, and prestige tokens are going to be much more important now that that will's been updated. But that's the end of my video, my thoughts on how to prepare for 26.5. Once it goes live, I will of course be pulling everything that I've got stored up just to show you what I can get my hands on. Hopefully someone out there gets something nice for themselves. Do tell me down in the comments what you're excited about, what you're looking forward to the most. Is it the wheel updates? Are you finally getting that town expansion that you've been waiting, like I said, 5 years for? Like I said, do leave it down in the comments. I really like being able to level up. So I only just hit 200 a couple of weeks ago, so being able to level up again instantly is pretty good. The coins are going to be pretty good too, guys. So definitely going to be saving up my coins for some pulls and stuff in the future. I'll let you know my plans with that. But this is the end of my video. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.